Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
Leopard!
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Set! Green 39! Green 39! Leopard!
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively. A look at the lineup defensively for the Ravens, who've been pretty good against the pass, number 10 in the league. Coming into this one, ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make, because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early, chip away at their timing.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And this is going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it. And that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different colored jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Now, how about that call handed to the big guy in that situation? Normally you think of him as a real short yardage runner, but in this case they trust him to get a few more yards than that. I remember an old New York Giants quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback, telling me He loves offense coordinators who call the plays with a little bit of abandon.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Usually the big fella's a blocker, a lead back, but he gets the ball on first down. What a surprise for everyone. And as a former safety, if he breaks into the secondary and you see him coming, you just know that's a whole lot of man you've got to deal with now.
Green 39! Green 39!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12.
All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56! Gone, gone! Gone!
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. It's the fullback. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Well, they weren't messing around. 1st and goal. They don't do anything fancy. They just go to the fullback right away.
I like how you phrase that because oftentimes they come back to the fullback when it's late in the down and distance count, right? In this case, first down, let's go get it right now.
And he got it. 6 points on the board. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Detroit! All right, here we go. 3-19.
They go play action now. Jackson. McKinnon here, it's complete. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back.
Holding offense.
coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. So look now at the starters on the defensive side for the Browns. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. That's taken on the 25. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
No. Check. Patriot. Detroit. Gone.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
He'll look to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. The Browns' passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
No. Check. Patriot.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right?
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that. They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
4 down, 4 down. All right, here we go.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just working the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going for the deep ball. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Leopard! Leopard!
The give to the fullback on the dive. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a 1st down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Hurry up, here we go.
They go play action here on first down. Flushed out right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Let's go.
On second down, Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 14-0 is our score. We're back to Baltimore after this. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Play action. Now Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon, and they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was a prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So a decent game, still all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football.
Still first down.
Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
56. Lucky 56.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
You've got to know as a quarterback it's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the left.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
And that's tough duty for a strong safety because truly he's a hybrid-type player. A pass defender, which makes him more of a defensive back, but really his tackling ability is like a linebacker. So they don't mind coming up and taking those guys on, but that's a tough task there, taking on the big fella.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man. You can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
That guy's going to want the football a whole lot more. I'd hate to be the offensive coordinator now because all he's going to say is, how come I'm not touching it more? Did you see me out there moving around, wiggling, and making it happen? Give me the ball, coach.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
Well, they had that one snipped out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Browns on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a first down here, but I have a feeling it's not going to be for long. They're already walking backwards.
Holding offense.
So that one will be accepted. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
And that's why the fullback position was created. You just want a big, strong, powerful guy you can hand the ball to and pick up good yardage.
And his kick is indeed good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field, and he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead of the game, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught at the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Now, he's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. If you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye.
He just takes off and goes, and I think that's what we just saw there.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll set up to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, a 22.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Detroit! No, check, Patriot!
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. And with that, they're now out of timeouts, and still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter.
Gone!
They'll drop the throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
This quarterback now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Gone!
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit!
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Detroit! Gone!
Back to throw here. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 11. And they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Left side here to Sanders. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Green, 39. Green, 39.
To throw again is Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try and put points on the board.
So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with a lead. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the score line. From Chicago, we head north to the home of their rivals as we check on the Packers at home in Lambeau. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. And then one more to highlight, Monday Night Football. That'll be a good one between the Seattle Seahawks and the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team...
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Another run with Sanders. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
All right, here we go.
Fournette, a first down carry. Wiggles free. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Holding offense.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Green, 39.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens are in for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Just a 4-play drive that time, and a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And now a carry here for their fullback. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, partner, but on 2nd and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Gotta give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman, because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And that last penalty makes this third down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5.
Back down in that penalty. Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Looking to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands,
speed. I mean, the flat-out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
from the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Gun! 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 Gun!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield. Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. It's the fullback, his second touchdown of the night. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. Well, fullback touchdowns have become rare. We just saw 2 of them by the same guy here.
And if you had him on your fantasy team, I'm hanging out with you now for stock tips.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Now let's go. Green 39.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
from the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw now in his own end zone. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he hasn't altered what he does.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, got the safe completion on 3rd. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals, just something magical about breaking that barrier.
He's right there on the doorstep now. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
All right, here we go. Green, 30.
To throw is Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Yeah, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 45, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down.
All right, here we go.
He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Back in that Philly, here we go.
the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. They come up here on 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. In for the score. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. Wide open receiver, complete. Catch number 44 on the year. It's a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Let's go. Green 39.
Now a play fake here on first down. Steps away. And an alley to run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
And that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
All right, here we go.
And they'll go on the ground. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Back to throw now on first down. And this is incomplete. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the press off of their own offense.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. They'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Holding offense.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. Now Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 16 yards on that one, and a Raven first. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Jackson on first down. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position, because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
All right, here we go.
Play action. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here's Ryan Allen now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Detroit!
come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here.
The previous play is under review. After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination of whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Now a shotgun snap as he'll look to throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the second half. Instead, it's third down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Sheds off the tackle. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks. And they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. picked off at the 30. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Well, that was definitely a surprise there. Handed to the big guy on first down. Heck, the first play of the drive. And when you see him get to the second level, as a former safety, I can just tell you, your eyes get really wide because you know you've got a lot to deal with at that point.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. All incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there's the pickup you want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
I'd sure love to offer some advice to the defensive coordinator, but his guys are just getting run over by an offense that's executing like a well-oiled machine.
He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
39! Green, 39!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And now the Raven defense is going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Hot! Hot! Hot!
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Here's Jackson. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Patriot!
Now Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage.
No, check.
But
Patriot,
correct.
Patriot.
No pick, just incomplete that time.
Set. B-19.
Throwing now is Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Jackson to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they will take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Cleveland, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.